Hello, today is June 11th, 2024. I got the year right. This is the Kubeflow community call, and this call is being recorded, and it is governed by the CNCF Code of Conduct, so please be nice and be helpful. Kubeflow community has quite a bit of activity last couple weeks. Some of it we're going to go over today, and as always, we start with the release update, and I think that we've had some pretty good efforts there. So perhaps Ricardo, as the release manager, do you want to kind of update us on the release schedule and how things are going?
Yes, sure, Josh. So for the one-on update, for those who are curious, this is the link for the release schedule. Um, we're still targeting our final 1.9 release for July 8th. As for now, our plan is to get an RC2 release to get some bug fixes on the components. Finally, it's still up with 122. And well, that's been a call. The release team decided to get KSerp upgraded to 0.30 because there's a lot better new features, bug fixes, and such. So we decided to bump to that release. Um, also, um, targeting the 1.9 release, we just started the docs and the slide deck to communicate with the community all the highlights about the new 1.9 release. For those who are interested, this is the draft doc and the slide deck. The only thing I ask for the working group leads, please help me review the doc and the slide deck and include anything that could be relevant for your respective working group. Um, so RC2 is expected to be released next Monday, unless any of the working group leads uh, sign me with something that needs to be done before cutting the RC2 release. But other than that, we'll stick to the original date that is next Monday. I think that's it for the 1.9 release. So if everyone has any questions or comments, feel free to do so.
I have a couple questions. So do we have representatives from the various distributions here? I think we have some folks from Red Hat. Maybe we have some people from Nutanix, some of the others. Is there any update from some of those folks from the distributions, how their testing is going on?
Yeah, we do have some updates from them. Well, I can speak for the Red Hat distribution. I just started updating our all manifest repo to get some updates on it. We're still facing some security issues with the full Kubeflow installation. So we're planning to do some small changes in the manifest to make it work. One of them is to make the Istio that comes bundled in the Kubeflow distribution optional. Instead, we'll be using our own versions of Istio. The other thing is moving copying all of those images from Docker Hub and GCR to our Quay.io hosted repo. And we'll start testing end-to-end by next week. I got the same update from the Canonical and Charm Kubeflow. They'll get starting their testing next week. And Nutanix started testing, but they asked it for some end-to-end test that comes bundled within the manifest repo, but it got moved to GitHub work Actions workflows. Other than that, I didn't get any updates on bug reports or if testing looks good. Uh, at least this is my update from the distributions that reached me out and asked questions about the new one I released.
All right, so nothing from IKS, Oracle, Azure, Google at this point.
So from the distribution table, Azure, AWS, and Google uh didn't reach me, didn't reply if they wanted to start. So I'm considering they are out of the 1.9 distribution testing.
And nothing from Oracle.
Not yet. I'll keep in touch if I got any updates from other distributions.
All right, no, that's good. Just one last question. Anybody from Google here? Anybody, did we get any response from Google? Okay. May want to ping those guys. Well, this is great news. This is fantastic work. This is, I don't know how many PRs or commits, however we want to schedule this, but, or do some kind of number against it. This has to be a fairly large release and so many new functionalities. I just find this fantastic work that you've done, Ricardo, to kind of shepherd this through. And the important part, as I mentioned before, is explaining the value of these features that we're building. You usually have to go through a couple different phases. One, you gotta just operationally, how does it work? But then there's also some way to kind of simplify your top couple of features into the user benefit that perhaps somebody who's trying to evaluate whether they're going to invest in Kubeflow for the next year or two really can look at and understand the momentum that's in the community at this time. So please, for the working groups and for the users out there, if you can help us to explain how these features are going to help you in plain English words, this is very helpful for the community. So
Absolutely.
go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say that a second every word you just said, Josh. I'm very happy with the results. It's good to see that we're onboarding a new component and we have plans for another one component that could be added to the next release. We have a lot of improvements. We have a lot of um, features that the community wanted, and we got it done for 1.9. I'm very happy with the results, and this is truly community work. Everyone is involved. Everyone has, uh, even if it's a small contribution, it is a very, very meaningful contribution towards 1.9. Thank you all, and let's keep the work because July 8th is right there, and we're close to have an outstanding release for Kubeflow.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're going to say it more than once, but I do give props to the Red Hat team for the model registry. But I also understand that you guys had a power user come in and start to use or at least provide maybe some comments back on the model registry before it even has a UI. And this is just fantastic that we're seeing that type of engagement. I hope I remembered that correctly, but early user engagement does help us do a better job to build what people want. All right, let's move into the main agenda, going once, twice, and three times. Any questions about the release schedule, anything that's missing from the release? Okay.
Everything.
Ricardo, do you want to talk about the K-Surf Models web application? Whether there's some volunteers willing to help?
Oh, really? So we have the KServe web app update.
No, that's a problem.
Not
We
yet,
don't have it
Josh.
yet.
Yeah, we're still looking for contributors. There's nothing like too big on doing on the models web app server. It's simply upgrade some libraries and help us with fixing some CV. Um, I need to talk to Amber, ask it if she could find any contributors on the front end side that could help us. I need to ask her if she found anyone, but it looks like we have some candidates across the issues. We got someone who's interested to help with rebuilding the models web app. I'll reach out to him and see how can he help us on that.
Yeah, look, I think that the web apps have been a great way for people to demo the functionality and show, kind of make Kubeflow and the components, the models that are being built, especially the web apps around the model, or excuse me, the web server for Kserve. You can actually, it embodies kind of some of the things that are going on. So I don't know if it would help to do some screenshots or explain to people what the value is of that web application, but I'm surprised end users aren't complaining that they can't use it, quite frankly. Maybe they're not. Maybe this is a good comment, or maybe they're not listening to these calls and they don't know they're gonna, have a chance to have that application or that usage deprecated, not deprecated, but just out of compliance. But it'd be good for people to speak up and say, hey, yeah, I use that web app. Anyway, that way the people that are working on it feel like their work's being utilized. All right. GitHub enterprise account for Kubeflow. It sounds like we're growing up as an organization, if we're actually getting an enterprise account.
Yeah,
Ricardo,
that
what's up with this? Are you trying to make us mature after 7 or 8 years of working?
yeah, always, Josh, always. Trying to do my best on that. Um, so I reached out to the CNCF team because we, as part of CNCF ecosystem, we can request a GitHub enterprise account for Kubeflow. Some of the features you can see in the github.com/pricing. You can see all the features. Don't plan to loop over all the features you get by using the GitHub Enterprise account. But the one that I'd like to highlight is uh, the use of self-hosted runners for GitHub Actions. So it's possible to create a better and robust CI infra by just using the self-hosted runners running on top of the GitHub Enterprise Cloud. One of the big requests, I think it came from the training operator team, is if it's possible to use GPU resources. I got the information that unfortunately they don't have GPU enabled yet, but it's on the roadmap. But anyways, I believe by just having that feature to use self-hosted runners on GitHub Actions, it would be great for us to make a more scalable infra for CI across all the working groups. I believe most of the working groups already uses GitHub Actions. For the pipelines, we're mostly involved. We're already transitioning from Crowd to GitHub Actions, and we're doing a lot of improvements to make CI infra better, more transparent, and let all the contributors to get the most of the test results and understand why their contributions are fitting on their tests. So anyways, it's just there. I opened the ticket with CNCF. They said it's just get an ACK and we can get this GitHub Enterprise account. I believe I still need some more information because probably they will ask for the account that owns the Kubeflow org GitHub. So I believe the only thing I need some confirmation is that if we have the account that owns the Kubeflow org on GitHub, and with that, I believe it's just ask CNCF to enable that enterprise account for the user that owns the Kubeflow org. So let me rephrase my question. Do we have access to the account that owns the Kubeflow org? And is it possible for CNCF to enable the GitHub Enterprise account on that?
CNSF should already have the owner access to the Kubeflow repo.
Yeah, that's basically what we need is ownership in the GitHub org and all the repos that store under this org.
Yeah, they should have all the access they need. It's part of the CNSF donation process. So, yeah.
So my understanding is that this step is already done with the CNCF graduation.
Yeah, so Ricardo Chris and Linux Foundation GitHub has the admin access to the work.
Awesome. Okay, so if the community approves that, think that this could be a good addition to the GitHub to the Kubeflow community,
Yeah, I think it would be
I
great.
can request access. Okay, awesome.
Yes. Thank you for drawing, by the way, Ricardo. I think like even without self-hosted runners, Enterprise will give us an option to run 500 concurrent jobs for our GitHub actions. The problem is right now we can only run 20 jobs concurrently, which is significantly slow down the CI/CD for all the repos.
Yeah, totally. But still, I'll keep everyone in touch when they have GPUs available on GitHub Actions.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so to sum this up, this will provide us with more functionality, productivity enhancements, but the question is also, does this now become universally available to everyone, or is there some restrictions on if we're in
Yeah,
an account? Do you have?
sorry,
No, go ahead.
or just I wasn't clear on my statement. It doesn't mean that everyone would get access to the GitHub Actions. It's just to say the Kubeflow maintainers will get access to more resources to run on each of the repos. And the work I'm doing with the Kubeflow pipelines is to make the CI testing more transparent. So I'm trying to create a template for GitHub Actions workflows that get started anything that could be relevant for contributors to debug their CI tests, like for example, getting all the pod logs from the testing, from the Kubeflow components, events, and so on. This is what I'm saying, that I'm making GitHub Actions more transparent to GitHub to the contributors. But as for the rest, is only for the working group leads, KSC, and anyone who gets right access to their repos.
Okay, so you need write access. Okay, fantastic. Okay, any comments from this? Again, anybody from Google have any comments on this? Anybody from Google here today? All right, we're gonna probably need to circle back on some of that with Google just to make sure. All right, any comments on this activity here with the GitHub Enterprise account? All right, let's keep moving forward. GSOC student introduction.
Yeah, I can start this one off, Josh.
Perfect.
As everybody knows, I think we got 9 students working with Kubeflow community this season from the Google Summer of Code students. They've been working with our mentors for the last few weeks, but we haven't had a formally. I mean, we made a lot of introductions on the Slack, but we haven't formally introduced them, have them introduced to the community here on the community call. We thought it would be a good good place for them to introduce themselves to the community, and maybe each of them ordered by the alphabet wise. Each student can come online and just introduce yourself. Just mention where you're studying. Which what level you are, and what project you are contributing to. Maybe share your favorite hobby. So take about 1 to 2 minutes for each. So is that okay with all of you guys?
Yeah, thank you, Ramesh. Maybe we can also allocate some time for mentors if you have any new folks in the community to introduce themselves after the students.
After the students, yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. We have Adam Becerra here. No. Going once. How about Biswajit Patek?
Hello. Hello everyone. So, my name is Biswajit, and I've been contributing to open source for like quite some time, and my project is Rootless Kubeflow. I've been working with my mentor, who is Julius, and I've been thankful to him and others in the organization for getting this opportunity to work on this project. I'm a pre-final year undergrad student, and for hobbies, I could say open source is one of my hobbies. Also, I've been preparing for interviews and placements. So yeah.
Thank you, Biswajit. About Hansini? Are you
Yes,
here?
yes. Hi,
Go ahead.
I'm Hansini Kannaratne, and I'm from Sri Lanka, and I'm currently an third year undergraduate of the Computer Science and Engineering Department in the University of Malta, and I'm working on the Dredge and categorized Kubeflow GitHub issues and PR project, and I'm working with my mentor Julius. And if I talking about my hobbies, actually there is no very specific one, but I spend my leisure time on listening to music, like watching movies, like things, and thank you for the opportunity for the for this opportunity, and happy to be a part of the Kubeflow community. Thank you.
Thank you. How about Helen? Helen, are you here?
Hello, everyone. I'm Helen. I'm from China, and now I'm a master student at UC Davis. So for this summer, I will contribute to the large language model hyperparameter optimization project in CATIP, and I have been working with my mentor, Andrew. For my hobby, I like hiking in my spare time. So I'm very happy to be part of Kubeflow and contribute to this project. Happy to see you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. How about Shashank? Shashank? You are here, unmute. All right. How about Sandeepa?
Hey, hi everyone. My name is Sundipan Panda. I am from India. So basically, I am a member of the Kubernetes project for some time now, mainly involved in SIG contributor experience and contributor comms. And this term, I will be working on integrating JAX with Kubeflow training operator. So excited to contribute to Kubeflow. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Welcome, Sandeepan. How about Shiva?
Yeah, hi all. Shiva
Oh,
Subramanian
we
from
can
India.
barely hear you, Shiva.
Am I audible?
A little bit louder.
Yeah, sure. Hey all, I'm Shiva Subramanian from India, currently pursuing bachelor's in AI. So in the summer, my GSOC proposal to the Kubeflow project summer, which is auto doc generation for setup and training operator Kubeflow components. So I just commenced my coding period with guidance from my mentor Andre and Shivalamba. So excited to contribute to the wonderful community and during and beyond GSOC. Thanks for this opportunity to the community and mentors who select for this selected proposals. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shao? Is Shao here? Don't think I saw the name. How about I know Sneha is here. Did you take the name out?
I think it's sorry, Ramesh. I think it's like all of the students that we have today, right? Because like we kind of like maybe we could allocate next week as well for some like students who can attend today's call.
Yeah,
So they
I think the Sneha is here. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I just talking about mentors also can introduce themselves. So now, if you go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, if Shiva is, if Sneha is here, maybe she can quickly do it. Then we can go to the mentors.
She's having mic issues. She
Okay,
posted.
all right. Why don't we do the mentors? Is Neha here? Oh, about Shravan?
Yeah. Hello. Hi everyone. I'm Shravan. Firstly, welcome to all the students. Really exciting time for everyone. I work with Apple and been in the open source for a few projects here and there, including Kubernetes, OPA, and Apache Unicorn, Jupyter. So been with Apple for a few years, but also in the industry for about 10 years. And I'm one of the mentors for the JAX operator. And very excited for that and see how it turns out. And all the very best for everyone, and hoping to talk to everyone and see really have some fun on the summer. And yeah, welcome and see you all around.
Thank you, Shravan. Andre?
Thank you very much. So hi everyone. Let me just also introduce myself to all the students. So my name is Andre. I work together with Shravan and Neha at Apple. So we're part of the notebooks team here. I've been in the Kubeflow community for the last 6 years. I've been involved in the community almost from the beginning. My journey starts with a benchmark system for the Kubeflow called Kubench. But then I started to do some new architecture search for Katib, do some improvements in training operator, been maintainer for Katib for a long time. And right now I'm on the steering committee of Kubeflow. So trying to help the community to grow, try to see how we can give some value for AML communities on the cloud side, on the ML side, and try to see how we can make Kubeflow beneficial for everyone. And I'm super excited to work with all of you, even for the students who, because we don't have like a lot of spaces for all of you, but still I saw some students who actually contribute. I just want to say a huge thank you for all of your contributions. And I really want to work with you for the long term, even beyond the GSOC. And I'm super happy to see that like all of you want to work, want to continue to do contribution even after the GSOC, which is like very important. And I'm so happy to spend time with all of you this summer and exciting to see what we can do at the end. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Andre.
Julius, do you want to go next?
Julius?
Yeah, hello, I'm Julius. I'm the mentor of Bispa and Hansini. And I'm proud to say that both of them have already contributed to the 109 release. So some PRs, some code of 109s from them. Yeah, I'm also, I think, 5 years or so in with Kubeflow. Scattered across all working groups, but especially the manifest and security. So the Kubeflow platform stuff, that's my main area.
Thank you, Julius. What do you want, Terry?
Hi everyone, my name is Yuan. People also call me Terry, and I'm part of the Red Hat team. My focus is on around model serving and model training, and I've been involved in Kubeflow for many years as well, and I'm also part of the Kubeflow steering committee. So I'm very excited to meet everybody here, especially the mentees, and hope to work with you all in the summer, and not limited to the summer though. I hope to continue working with you in the future as well. And hopefully you'll also continue your involvement and contributions to Kubeflow. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Terry. Janu George.
Hi everyone. I am a staff engineer in Nutanix, leading ML systems. I'm also part of the steering committee and very early contributed to Kubeflow. Very excited to work with you all. Specifically, excited to see the contributions in very less time and such a, for example, CAT being a very complex project, and I'm seeing that all the participants really look into all the intricacies of the architecture, and they're already there. So really excited and hope to see more and more contributions even outside the GSOC.
Thank you, Janu. Is Matthew here today? I have not seen him. He's not here today. Is there anybody name I missed from the? I know there were a couple participations outside of the GSOC. They wanted to contribute, and we made some mentor associations for those students. If you are, please raise your hand. No.
Hey Ramesh, I am also part of the GSOC mentors. Let me introduce myself as
Yes,
well.
please, Ricardo, go ahead.
Sure. So hello everyone. My name is Ricardo Martinelli. I am working mostly on the pipelines component and the pipelines working group. But recently I've been tasked to be the release manager for Q419, which gave me a good opportunity to understand the broader Kubeflow ecosystem and help enhance this very good community with new features and components like model registry. I'm here available to talk about anything about Kubeflow pipelines, but I can help with other components if needed. I am mentoring Neha, and I'm helping Julius with mentoring Vishwai and Hansini.
Thank you, Ricardo. Anybody else? Well, I would like to first take a second to thank all our mentors for your all the work you guys are doing with teaching these students. I really appreciate it. Very, very thank you for that. To the GSOC students, this is an excellent opportunity for you guys as a stepping stone towards your careers, right? As a stepping stone towards how to contribute in an open source community. And you are at one of the top leading open source. You are selected as a student in one of the top AI open source based communities, right? We are fastly raising. So this is an excellent opportunity for you guys. And you just heard from all your mentors, and the collective wisdom of these guys is unparalleled. So please take advantage of their skills, learn as much as you can over the summer while you are here, contribute. And yeah, as everybody is saying, the real learnings is, this is just a start, right? Take your learnings and come back to stay with the Kubeflow community and keep contributing, right? That's how you raise your level of, hopefully we want to see you in coming years as the mentors in the Kubeflow community. So thank you. And if you guys have any questions about the program or anything, please do reach out to me on the Slack. I'll do best I can help you guys with whatever the issues are. Okay. Thank you so much. Back to you, Josh. Thank you.
All right, great update. Love all the activity there. Slack channel migration. Is this you on, Terry?
Yeah, I didn't put that in the agenda, but I guess it's good to announce it here too. So we have created the Kubeflow specific Slack channels in CNCF Slack, and we also provide the instructions to migrate and to join those channels on the website. And in the meantime, we'll be archiving the channels following the schedule I mentioned in the mailing list and the existing Kubeflow channels. It's basically everything will be archived within 2 months. And yeah, we look forward to see everybody in the CNCF Slack.
Yeah, so how many channels will we have open in the CNCF Slack? It's not a whole bunch, right?
Let me check one.
It's like 6 or something like that.
Like 8 channels.
Channels, almost the same number as GSOC representatives or GSOC members we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be great if the GSOC members might start to look at some of those Slack channels. We always can benefit from people answering questions, and people understand that you don't always have a perfect answer to every question that comes up. But if you're new to the community and you want to participate, that's another way to get involved, is to kind of look at the Slack channels, right, Terry?
Yeah, it's very important to join like the CNCF ecosystem so that we can get closer collaboration with everybody, and especially for the GSOC students, it's important to know that the program is not just for the summer, it's rather a lifelong journey. I remember like in 2020 we had our first GSOC project, and that project became really successful, and the student is still like keeping in touch with other mentors, and he eventually went to Georgia Tech for graduate school. So I want to encourage everyone to use the opportunity to network with other students and mentors and community members and leverage the new Slack channels that we created. Hope that helps.
Yeah, and for those that may not have as much experience as Biswajit or others in open source, part of the challenge with open source is, and this is true of anything that you do development, I know you guys know this, is the ongoing development and delivery of services. And so, with us, we have now 2 sets of Slack channels, right, Terry? We have the Kubeflow Slack channel and the CNCF Slack channel. And so riding 2 horses is tough, right? No matter whenever you're trying to transition between systems. Terry, I know that we've talked about this, but your gut feel on how you want to move things over. I mean, are you trying to get the majority of the activity now in the new CNCF Slack channel? So please start to use those instead of the old Kubeflow ones. Is that kind of your request? Is all new, pretty much go into the CNCF?
Yeah, please use the CNCF channels for any to continue any ongoing discussions or start your new discussions. All messages will be persisted there, so you don't have to worry about messages. You can't see messages anymore after 60 days or 90 days. So that's a huge advantage going forward. We want everything to be persisted so that we can see all the past discussions, especially related to designs, technical designs. So let's take the advantage of that. And yeah.
Yeah, this is an important transition for the community. And Terry has been really good about leading this up. And Matthew has brought up a lot of, concerns. And so here's the thing that I'd like the community to think about. We have 10,000 people on the Kubeflow Slack channels, right? On the CNCF, in the broader CNCF, I think there's like 100,000 or 400,000. I don't know. There's a ton of people over there. But our Slack channels inside the CNCF are probably not 10,000 at this point just for Kubeflow. So our goal here is to, keep a lot of our users engaged as we migrate over. And perhaps even get more because it's easier because they're already on the CNCF and they don't have to make a special Slack channel and we're just a sub channel. Go ahead, Andre.
Yeah, I just want to add a few points on this topic. First of all, yeah, thank you, Yuan, for leading this. Secondly, as Yuan said, we started migration already, and I can see a lot of success. So I already see that the Kubeflow pipelines plus Kubeflow platform has over like 100 people there just in the less than 2 weeks, which is quite successful. I think I just want to ask for call to actions for all the people who are listening this call or right now on the call to ask people who use Kubeflow, ask people who use Kubeflow before, ask people who maybe want to ask some questions to encourage them to join these new Slack channels. So you can help us with the migration. Because as Josh and Yuan said, we want to migrate as fast as we can. But at the same time, since the Kubeflow Slack was active for the last 7 years, it's kind of hard for us to get visibility to everyone, right? Maybe who used Kubeflow several years ago, but still want to be in the community. So please let everyone know about new Slack channels and let them know how they can ask questions, which will be really helpful for us. And slowly, I think, to your point, Josh, about which channels we should have or we shouldn't have, I think we will get through this while. So when we have some more active channels, for example, what is a channel for distributions, right? To talk about Kubeflow usability, right? Should they use Kubeflow platform or they should use something else? So I think we will slowly get to this point when we need to decide what channels we should use. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I know that for those of you that are newer to the community, look, these type of decisions about how do you manage the communication to the users is very important because people want answers. And, sometimes you have to have a North Star guiding lights about how do you build things. In the Slack channel view, in the Kubeflow steering committee, just so y'all know, we've started with, let's start with fewer channels. Let's try to do a better job on fewer channels and then grow them out. But to Andre's specific point, there are things that will be added, and we're hoping that just natural growth will push those new channels to being added. So these are the tricky things when you grow up from being kind of running your own community to being part of the CNCF, there are new rules and new ways that you need to proceed. Anyway, Slack channel, anything else on this? Terry, Andre, anybody else? Anybody question on Slack channel? All right, future of Kubeflow community calls. I know that we had some folks, we've only got 12 minutes left. Anybody have a quick update on this? We're hoping to get some, new vigor and process into this. Where are we at?
Yeah, just 1 minute maybe. So just to give you the context, we want to improve these calls. We want to improve this call specifically for our users to show the value of the Kubeflow for AML. So we kind of looking for suggestions, proposals, and the feedback from the community. So our initial idea was to maybe split this community call between steering committee office hours and the Kubeflow community calls, when we can give a demo for AIML, for example, how you can tune your LLM, how we can use, KSO for production inference, or maybe some demos where Kubeflow actually show you the value. So at the same time, there could be the demo from the users, from the distributions, or it could be the demo from the developers, from the contributors, right? So because we really want to have more interaction with the users. So the purpose of this call would be specifically to understand from the users what you want to see in the Kubeflow, right? What is the goal of you being in this community? What kind of value we can give you as the project, right? But this is very initial. I know Stefano was working on this to prepare some proposal and suggest some ideas how we can split these calls. But the main goal is to grow the community and to give more voice to our users, right? And speak with them on these calls. Because we have working group calls, right? And we have this community calls. So how to find the balance? I think we need to do something with this as well.
Yeah, I think what I have noticed in communities that probably the working groups deal with specific issues, and maybe users are more likely to open up about PRs that they have problems that they have than in a broader community call. But look, we do need active voices, to Andre's point, especially from users and contributors to speak up and talk about things that are going on. All right, let's keep going on the KSC review of this particular item here. Who put this one up?
I did this put this up, Josh. I think you've already.
I should have known. All right, what's going on, Julius?
Was a
I'm
sneaky
back, no
little one.
less. Yeah, what do we need here?
I think I got approval already from you, Josh, and also from distribution owners such as Ricardo and so on. But I think we need a KC decision on that, because I'm not sure whether we can find unanimous approval there from all people involved. So I would like to escalate this to the KC, to Andrew, Terry, and so on, to see what they think about the changes.
So this is a very difficult change right here. It's just this stuff that's highlighted, right?
Yeah, it's about
It's a warning.
Yeah, which users, how should we guide users what to use? How do we present ourselves as the open source project compared to third-party consultants, to third-party distributions? Yeah, this is really a KC topic, I think.
But it's just this package distributions are developed and supported by the respective maintainer in this,
No, if you scroll down to the second alert at the bottom, to the money.
This alert. Sorry, got the wrong alert.
Yeah, this one. It's about distributions versus manifest versus consulting, what you can do to get Kubeflow running, how to get production level support, and so on. Yeah, and I think this is has to be decided by the KC in the long run. I mean,
yeah, we can add this to Friday's KSC call instead of discussing this here, I guess.
Well, I just want to make sure everybody is aware of it, because Julius usually doesn't push us hard unless we take a look at it. I just want to make sure we looked at it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and add it to our Friday's meeting agenda, if that's okay.
Yeah, perfect. Spark update, Spark operator update.
Also,
What's going on?
Julius, sorry, yeah, sorry, just before we move on, like I will give my feedback on the OPR, and as Johan said, we will discuss it on the Friday call. Sorry about the delay. And I think, do we have anyone from distributions? Like, please review this PR as well, give your comments. Maybe, Jono, you can provide your comments, James, from the Google side, right? I think that will be helpful for us to at least get LGTM from distributions so KSC can see if distribution did not have any objections on this change.
Yeah, thank you very much. I didn't want to put on pressure. It was just a kind reminder. I think we only got review from Red Hat and Andrew so far.
Yeah, sure. So I think Jono and you, James, maybe would be nice if you can review this from the distribution perspective.
Sure.
Yeah, let's move on. So you just a quick update on the Spark. So we published our recording on YouTube finally. So this is the recording from our last call, which was happening on 17th of May. So the call was quite successful, and thanks again for Spark operator maintainers to drive these calls. So I have like couple of announcements. We have a new reviewer for Spark operator, which we can add it to the owner's files. So this person was very active recently. He contributed a lot for some enhancement around documentations, enhancement around the controller base for Spark operator, and we're planning to promote him to the approver once he contributes more. So we have like the graduation criteria for people who want to be involved in this project. So the next call will be held this Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And if you want to propose any topics, feel free to add this to the future agenda items, so I can speak with Vara and Chalran to get them to the agenda slot. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions on the Spark operator side?
I thought, when's the next Spark operator call?
It's Friday, 10 a.m.
Friday, 10 a.m. So for those of you who have not been on that call before, since there's only been one, a lot of action there. Very exciting. They talk about issues. That is a place where I think you can really see a lot going on. So I really encourage people to look at that and join that call.
Yeah, we're planning to just to add one thing. We're planning to migrate the docs to the Kubeflow website, but and also we want to. I think we need to sync offline if we want to like add the Spark operator model registry to the architecture diagram before the release. So maybe we can think about it offline. Yeah. All right.
All right. Let's cover some of the model registry if we're done with the Spark operator at this point.
Just very briefly, thank you, Josh. We had the bi-weekly call from the registry yesterday, and so indeed also, Andre, we can follow offline for adding maybe alpha components as well to the architecture diagram. Maybe we can make a moniker that, short label that those are alpha, but I think it will drive good interest from the community. We had the bi-weekly call yesterday. We also as well have some contribution that is actually coming, one from the community, one is a redactor that actually moved on to another team, but is still willing to contribute. So we have as well the recording and the minutes of the meeting. The recording is now maintained on the YouTube website, on the YouTube channel as requested. I just wanted to give this a brief update. Thank you.
Yeah, and on the registry, the two applications that people are still looking at in this version are what, with notebooks and with the KServe. Those are the two that we've seen people put interest in. Is that correct?
Correct. So we have this also in the tutorial. Also, we were discussing just yesterday on how we can maybe expand more, because we have on the website specifically, because in the model registry repo, we have an example of the KServe custom storage initializer. So one of the things that we're giving tabs on is to have better visibility of this example, not only maybe on the Kubeflow website for the model registry component, but as well on the KServe website.
So managing all these parameters associated with the models is difficult, and being able to set these workflows up the registry really simplifies a lot of that process and those workflows.
Right. And we hope that at least for between the demos that we recorded, the website that we have, the example, the website is also a good sort of like high-level overview, then where people can go into more details about how this it really works, both from a user point of view, but as well from an architectural point of view. I think it can really, drive this message home about this managing of the metadata, that it touches point for all the phases in the MLOps, I would say, pipeline. So indeed, I think it's a good call from Andre that we can show this component in the architecture, because this will also a piggyback on this important concept that is not a project that is sort of like works sort of like for a specific function, but is more to help throughout all your phases of the MLOps.
Okay, this is fantastic. Thanks for all the work there. And you guys have really performed in that working group. I got to tell you, both the Spark operator and the model registry, the process that has gone on to build those working groups, to get following, to develop code, to keep the documentation going, just look, it's exciting at the beginning, but the follow through to me really shows the commitment, and participation from the end users is really needed to help us continue the growth there. So I think we're pretty much at time. Any last topics that anybody wants to bring up?
Yeah, I think maybe just maybe we can do it as a follow-up, but giving this release was one of the largest on the Kubeflow, right? We need to see how we can highlight all the things we've done from September, right? Like all these new things coming in, especially, like the model registry, Spark operator migration, LLMs, all the things around other components, right? So Josh, maybe, I don't know if release team can think about how we can highlight it so we can grow the community around the new project, especially, right? Because I want to see more people involved in the model registry to help the Red Hat teams, right? And maybe we can think about how we can grow this momentum, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, look, guys, honestly, I look at the amount of investment that's going into this type of space, and we can hear the sucking sound of all the market capitalization going into NVIDIA. And, literally, I mean, we have to recognize that the attention is there. Is Kubeflow being recognized in that space? And I think that what we heard today was the GSOC members and some of the others that are in investing in building applications. Perhaps instead of talking about Slack migration, nothing against Slack migration, maybe we do need to talk about LLM API functionality and how we're helping people bring models to market, either through training or through tuning or through the model registry. It would just be nice if people could think about how to bring up those use cases a little bit, even if I know how hard it is to do a demonstration. I know how hard it is but if people could talk about some of the features in 1.9 or some of the use cases that they can see or they're using with LLMs, I think it'd be valuable for the community, even if it's off the cuff. All right, I've got another call I got to jump into. I'm going to stop the recording. You guys can stay on, but I've got to mute out.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks soon. See you soon, Ron.